Computer running slow? Has your machine somehow acquired a life of its own?
It's alive!
Or do you simply desire a deeper and more meaningful connection? Be one with your operating system. It's Arizona's computer guru, Mike Swanson, and his show starts now. Listen in, chat in, and watch live streaming at gurushow.com. Want your voice to be heard? Call in with your questions and riddles. The number is 520-790-2040. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030, KVOI, The Voice.
Hello and welcome to the Computer Guru Show. My name's Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process because, well, that's what we do. And this episode is brought to you by Arizona Computer Guru.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Well.
Because I'm paying for it. It's all good.
It's not brought to you by Carl's Jr.?
Definitely not Carl's Jr.
Not yet.
No. And Kent's over there breaking his microphone. What are you doing over there?
Whoa.
Why are you breaking everything, man?
Oh, no, man.
Is he like using a stopwatch to see how quick he can take it apart and put it back together again?
Yeah, that's what you have to do to qualify in the boot camp of AM radio.
Magic.
Yeah.
9 seconds. It's better than last time.
And done.
Yeah, and it's fully loaded. All right, so well, where do we want to start? Let's start with Flash. I think Flash. So, do you have Flash Player on your computer? You shouldn't. We've talked about this.
The year 2000 called. They want their technology back.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, if you have Flash on your computer, you may have you may have gotten an email. I know that a couple of people had emailed me yesterday about the Flash vulnerability that is out there, and of course, as always, it is somebody has exploited the Flash Player to bring ransomware to your computer.
I feel like if you have Flash on your machine, you might deserve some ransomware.
You might. Have you ever heard of the definition of insanity as doing that same thing over and over again?
Expecting different results.
Right. So, Flash Player, man, just stop it already. I mean, I can't even bother to get worked up about this. It's like
at least with Java, you could conceivably need Java. You could conceivably have a real use for it.
Especially if you're military or prior
Right.
military.
Yeah, even so, right? I'm more angry about the Java thing than I am about Flash.
Well, the thing that annoys me about Java is that it's so useful and yet so vulnerable. If it weren't so vulnerable, it would be probably the best.
Right.
But it's not, and it is.
Okay, then. That was a nice short one. The thing about Java that irritates me is that you don't have any control over that, right? It's usually, in fact, the only reasons I can say that Java needs to be on a machine is because certain employers, or in certain cases military stuff, require it. And I think it's dumb of them on their end to require it. Get rid of it already, right? Just update the other end so that it's not required anymore.
Yeah.
And then kill off Java.
If your website says at the bottom best viewed in Internet Explorer, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, best viewed in Internet Explorer 6.
Best not viewed.
Now, Flash, I can't even get worked up about it anymore because we've been telling people for so long you shouldn't have Java or Flash on your machine that there is a certain amount of, well, if something bad happens to you because you insist on having Pogo games on your computer and you're using Internet Explorer rather than one of the other, basically any other browser that has Flash built in, then you kind of deserve it, right? Just stop using Flash.
I'll always be a little bit nostalgic about it, though. I think we all remember Albino Black Sheep and E-Bomb's World, playing Flash games.
Yeah.
Back in, '02.
Way back in the good old days.
Fourscore and, 3 different versions of Internet Explorer ago.
In high school.
Flash. Look in your add remove programs list. If it says Adobe Flash Player, you should uninstall it and stop using Internet Explorer.
I'm usually really good about muting my computer.
You have punctuated this particular segment with computer noise.
I thought you were starting some Celine Dion to hail the passing of Flash.
No, my computer was actually telling me it's time to go to Guru Radio Show.
Oh, it's late.
A little bit.
It's 10 minutes late. All right. So if you have Flash Player on your computer, get rid of it.
Don't do that.
Shouldn't
Yeah,
be there.
Just stop having that.
Stop. And the whole, if you're playing web games, there are better alternatives. I mean, there's nothing on Pogo that doesn't exist.
Yeah, even like Farmville doesn't use Flash.
Right. Oh, man. And that's a terrible game. And
Yeah.
it doesn't use Flash.
I mean, even Adobe knows that Flash is done at this point. They've already replaced their Flash builder with an HTML5 builder.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to not, of course, now we're going to have to deal with the HTML5.
I don't think it's vulnerable. I don't think that there's been many exploits.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, as vulnerable. Let's just go with
Well,
that.
I mean, Flash is like, I don't even think it's a vulnerability. It's just like an open door.
All of that stuff is just terrible. Stop it.
Flash is vulnerable, like opening a minimized Facebook tab and posting a status is hacking. You know, it's like the lowest of hanging fruit.
It is. And the thing is just like Java, right? The reason it's so vulnerable is because it's so useful.
Yeah.
And because it's sort of this master key morphing, issue. Because it can do so much, it has a lot of surface area to attack. And
Yeah, I think that's a good point too. Like, Flash might never have been known to be so vulnerable if not for its ubiquity.
Right.
Like so many people started using it for so many things that it was inevitable that it would get attacked.
Let's go ahead and talk to Robert. Hey, Robert, how are you? Are you there?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing lovely.
Two quick things. In order to hear your show stream live on the KVOI website,
Right?
Flash Player is required.
Because you're using Internet Explorer.
I am using Mozilla Firefox.
Oh, Firefox. Have you tried Chrome? Have you considered Chrome? Because Chrome is lovely. And it has Flash compatibility built right in.
I keep going back and forth, but Chrome starts hammering you with all that dopey social media crap. I just want to,
Chrome doesn't do that. So what do you mean you're getting hammered?
I'll get in there. It loads you up. When you download Chrome, you get you don't just get a blank page. You get a bunch of, go to this Google that, blah, 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 Google Maps, yippity yap. You got to go through the settings. I was just accustomed to Foxfire, so I shouldn't be so critical about Chrome because you can get accustomed to that too.
Yeah, that's true. My only concern is that Chrome by default is a blank browser, right? So that means if you've got other things going on where if it's popping up and asking you anything other than would you like this to be your default, then you might have an extension installed that you shouldn't. Because it shouldn't be asking you anything other than, hey, would you like me to be your default browser?
Yeah, it's possible that you installed an extension at one point, and if you uninstall Chrome, it can keep some settings. So
right, and extensions for Chrome, like if you get an infection or you're just some type of a badware on your computer, it can install the extensions prior to Chrome being installed.
Yeah.
So as soon as you install Chrome, then you'll have all these bad extensions. So you might want to look at that. As far as if you're going to use Firefox, which Firefox, at least the new versions, have their own Flash handler in them. At least this last I recall, they have I hate Firefox, so I don't use it. I remember that it had its own Flash handler installed. Now, if you must have Flash installed in order to do stuff, then I hope you got your update, because it's one of those. It's big enough that Adobe went to the media and said, "Oh yeah, everybody needs this update right now."
Matt, I have paid. I do everything you say. I have paid for Malwarebytes, and they sent me a message this morning saying that if you have Adobe Flash Player, you better update it now.
Good, and you did, I assume.
I haven't had a chance to surf the internet, so I'll get to that later.
All right. Just remember, get.adobe.com/flashplayer.
it's the only place you should get it.
It's the only place you get Flash from, because otherwise you run a high risk of getting a fake one. So
A fake Flash? Okay, I'll do that, but I'm going to take your advice and switch to Chrome and see if that'll fly.
Right. Check your extensions. Go into settings and look in the extensions. There should be, by default, it only comes with the Google Docs add-on and Google Sheets. And then sometimes there's one other, but they're basically it is okay to go in there and remove all extensions. Just delete them all. And then you should have a much cleaner experience as far as Chrome is concerned.
Okay.
All right.
Good. Thank you very much.
I appreciate the call.
As far as
So we are going to, when we get back from the break, we're going to talk about some car stuff.
Ooh, I like cars.
Because, Tesla and all. And we got a little more detail about, and some stuff to talk about them. But first we need to mention our sponsor. That would be Perfection Auto Works. Go check out their new website at perfectionautoworks.com and thank them for supporting the Computer Guru Show because, well, you like this show, right? Yeah. So basically, give them a call. Tell them thanks for supporting the show. Listen to their ad that's coming up next, and check out their website, perfectionautoworks.com.
Computer troubles? Need some advice? Call in now. Mike Swanson will be back after these messages. The Computer Guru Show, AM 1030, KVOY, The Voice. Your technology guru, Mike Swanson, is answering all your questions one by one.
Yes, science!
So chime in with yours. The website is gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Let me go ahead and amend my customer or my sponsorship message just because that was a little short because we ran out of time. But yeah, you should check out Perfection Auto Works. We appreciate them sponsoring the show, and they do all kinds of cool stuff. They do the Rit-A-Rat stuff, 26-point inspections. They do all kinds of cool stuff. And my brakes are squeaky now on my car, so now I have to go get brakes.
Yay.
And apparently he has brakes that never squeak and don't get dusty. So we'll check it out.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah, because I enjoy stopping. Well, I don't enjoy stopping, but I like having the ability to stop when necessary. So yeah. So speaking of cars. Tesla Model 3.
Oh, I'm so excited about it.
So what we have 325,000
so far.
325,000 pre-orders for this car.
That was as of yesterday, so who knows?
Yeah, it's probably up to like 1 million today.
What is it? What's the cost on it, Tara? Do you know?
I'm looking it up, but I think
the base
it's around
model is
35,000.
35,000.
Right.
That's crazy.
And they're gonna offer a version that is much like the S, where it has lots of go, sporty models.
Yeah, so I mean, with that upgrade, you'll spend a little bit more, but I mean, that still puts you in the realm of a Prius.
Yeah, I mean, my Prius was 31,000.
Yeah.
So it's now it has a bunch of options at 31,000, but it's 35 grand, and it comes with a bunch of things that are standard on this, which were not standard on the S. Like it comes with auto drive, so. Like
I'm impressed.
All of the Model 3s will have auto drive.
I didn't think that they were going to include that.
And, it's the world's largest beta test.
Yeah, no kidding.
So,
And like last week when we were talking about it, they had just unveiled the numbers of 115,000. So in 1 week, they've jumped to 325,000.
Well, I mean, it's so cool because Tesla has, I know this was always their plan, but Tesla has been a luxury brand way out of my realm of affordability for a long time.
and mine too.
But at 35 grand, I could conceivably afford that at some point soon.
Maybe.
Conceivably.
I mean,
sell some more websites.
It's a lot. It's a lot closer than 100,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was you were looking at if you wanted to get like a spec'd out Model S, you're at 150 grand for one of these cars.
Now, I mean, to be fair though, the Model S is like the coolest car ever in my opinion. But
well, not according to Elon Musk. He thinks the X.
And apparently he's got too much hubris for saying that.
Well, he did himself say that all right. So there was what Rob is getting at here is that there was an article that came out that was talking about the Tesla was a little short, a little over 1,000 cars short on their goal, right, for delivery, and so it was like 29,000 out of 30,000 cars or something like that, and people were kind of getting on them, right? Look at them falling short, and they asked Elon Musk, well, what do you think the reason for the shortfall was? And he's like, well, honestly, hubris, right? And he said it himself, right? He goes, I thought that I could, and we ran up against some problems with vendors not being able to provide the parts to us in time. So yeah, we fell a little bit short. Now,
I mean, I think the lesson here is that, yeah, even Tesla is going to have a misstep now and then, but that doesn't make them any less amazing.
and I don't think that it really hurt them. Now, like, people were coming out and trying to slam Tesla for being short, being like, well, they didn't meet their goal. Well, yeah, that happens. I mean, every time that there's an iPhone launch, you see that there are vendor problems that make delivery short. I mean, there is a line around the block.
Yeah, sold out for 4 months. you
Right,
know?
because they can't get the parts. And I don't, nobody's really bashing Apple about this.
Well, I mean, they see it as like, look at how amazing Apple's doing. They're sold out.
Right, and the same thing's happening with Tesla. It's just being looked at from a different angle.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla, like we just said, they're booked out for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can order cars that are 6-7 years out. with
I guess,
them.
yeah, like, by the time that I can get a Model 3, I'll be able to afford it.
That's right. Tesla likes the Model X, all right, and he says it's the most advanced car ever built, and he's probably correct.
Well, I mean, this just in, breaking news, CEO talks up his product, I mean,
Right.
Everybody was slamming him for saying that the Model X was the best car of all time. But I mean, that's a subjective thing.
I will tell you right now, Computer Guru is the best service that you can get for computers ever.
Yeah.
In the history of all things. So, I totally get where Elon's coming from.
He's just excited about what they've achieved, and how, and it's a very cool product. I think that he can stand by his, assertion that no one else is doing quite what Tesla's doing right now.
Yeah, he could stand by that. I think we're good with that.
Elon Musk stands by a lot of those.
I mean,
he has a lot of accomplishments.
He puts his own money into it.
Besides Tesla, I
Right.
mean, there's tons.
He's making
of other
solar
things.
power, affordable. He's landing rockets on autonomous ships. Yeah.
Trying to make high-speed Wi-Fi for everyone via satellites.
Yeah, the dude's busy.
I like that one. Yeah.
And so to say that he's ambitious is a bit of an understatement.
Honestly, like, that's the only thing that concerns me about his track, is that he just might be taking on too much,
Huh?
Possibly, but he's really good at surrounding himself with
Well, he
like-minded
is.
individuals.
Yeah.
So
He is by 1,000 cars right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So anyway, if you're interested in the Model 3, you should go check out their website. Oh, and by the way, you'll be able to do a spec out a Model X if you want on their website starting Monday. So if you really want to check out all the features involved with that car, that's cool. I mean, put me down, right? I can't afford a pre-order right now, but as soon as I can afford to do so, I think I will buy a Model 3. By then I'll have my other car paid off, and everything
Right.
will be great. So, but I mean, I like the idea of having that there are only two things that wear out on my car: tires and windshield wipers.
Right.
Right? That's beautiful to me.
No oil changes necessary.
No other maintenance required ever. And I think that's great. I think that's fantastic, and I'd be totally down for it. So Dan wants to go back to a previous conversation here, so let's talk to Dan. Hey, Dan.
Hey, before you went to break, I had a question about Explorer versus Chrome. I noticed that, and probably you know the answer to this because it's probably very simple. I use Explorer when I go to a copy shop to bring up something I'm going to make a copy of from the internet. And there's a print review on Explorer, so that's when I use Explorer. But Chrome doesn't have one. Where is it on Chrome? Where's print review on Chrome?
The print preview is a function of the printer driver, not of the browser. So Internet Explorer gives you the nice little button that says, you can click on File and then Print Preview. And in Chrome, you can bring up the print menu, and then under the advanced, or there's an other options button, then you can get a preview.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, Chrome definitely has that. If you just hit Control-P on a document in Chrome, it'll pull up the little print preview menu.
Excellent. Okay, well, the guys at the shop didn't know.
No, well,
Very simple.
fantastic.
Thank you very much, sir.
Have a nice day.
Go back to Tesla now. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Will do.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. So the auto drive features are awesome. I think that I don't think that they're overdoing it, and I don't think he's being overly confident in his own product.
my husband actually got to ride in the Model S.
Right.
One of his coworkers owns one. He goes, "Hey, check this out," as soon as the auto drive capability was on.
Yeah.
And he said it was the creepiest thing because it drove better than his friend did. But it was, his friend's just kind of sitting there, and he's like, this is so bizarre. But I guess it does a very good job. He was really impressed with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt that they would be releasing that product unless it was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the thing that blows my mind about Teslas right now, and I mean, this isn't just a feature of Tesla, but they're the ones doing it, is just getting into your car and it got a software update overnight.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and I think one of the cooler features that the threes are coming with is the auto park and the that'll come and get you.
The summon feature,
Right.
yeah.
So you can just pull up to lots of people, they pull up to like a front of a store and 12 people get out and then somebody will go park and have to walk into the store. Well, now you can just, get out of your car and hit a button on the remote and it goes and finds a parking spot on its own, parks. And then when you get out of the store, you hit the button on your remote again, the car comes to you.
It's like auto valet.
Yeah.
You can also, because you can program your garage door opener into your Model S, you can have it open your garage door, come outside, and warm up the car and everything before you get into it.
Fancy. Wonder why it would even need to come outside, though. It's not like you're going to...
So that you don't leave your garage open.
Oh, I guess. I mean, it could just warm in the garage. It's not like you have carbon monoxide poisoning to worry about.
That's true.
But...
I don't know, just because it's fancy. I don't know.
It's super fancy.
I'm hoping that they'll combine SpaceX and give me a Tesla that can fly me to Mars at some point.
There you go. Someday.
Yeah.
Someday that will happen.
Probably. All right, let's go ahead and take a break here. And when we get back from the break, we're going to take your phone calls at 790-2040. So if you want to get in on this free hour of tech support, 790-2040. We'll be right back.
Your computer guru, Mike Swanson, is here to help you tame that beast of a machine. Join the chat right now at gurushow.com or call in. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOY, The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOI, The Voice.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology problems and treat you like a person in the process. 790-2040 if you want to ask your tech support problems, because that's what we're here for. Lay whatever you got on us. We'll take care of it. Let's go ahead and talk to Les. Hey, Les, how are you?
Fine, thank you. I have a question about Chrome, since you've had some conversation about it this morning. It is my browser of choice, but I've been having a problem for a couple months where it stops playing, like if you're at Redbox and you want to do a preview, it says it can't load the program, or Pandora, the radio plug-in won't load, and you go through all the stuff there, and nothing really helps. What I ended up doing was making a copy of the user data file, like maybe once a week, and then I would just replace it with one that worked, and that seemed to get me by. But now it happens like all the time that it doesn't want to play those things, and so I was curious if you had any experience with what might be causing that.
So I got a couple of questions for you.
Windows 8,
Okay.
8.1 I'm using, if that's one of them.
All right. Antivirus?
It's let's see, on that machine, that's the Microsoft Security Essentials and then the paid Malwarebytes.
Okay, so Defender on 8.1. And when you talk about plugins, what do you mean? Because neither of those sites require a plugin.
Well, they come in, so if it goes to, for Redbox, if you play the preview of the movie, it comes up and there's a little light window and it says can't load plugin. Also, the same thing would happen if you were like looking at certain products on Newegg and they have the little pictures of it. Sometimes it wouldn't play those either, or those wouldn't be displayed. It doesn't play them.
I think you need to update Silverlight. So there's a plugin.
Possibility.
There's a plugin. The Redbox uses Silverlight, just like Netflix does, to play movies. And I think the little three-dimensional galleries that Newegg is using is also Silverlight based. So
And what about Pandora radio?
Pandora can use all kinds of different things. They've used several different methods, but I bet if you have Silverlight on your machine, they're probably streaming to Silverlight. So it sounds to me like you have a Silverlight problem, not a Chrome problem.
Okay.
So on your machine, there is a Silverlight. If you go to Add Remove Programs, Silverlight's there. The cleanest way to deal with this is just to uninstall Silverlight and then download it again.
Okay.
And that will probably resolve your little plug-in error problem. Now,
Okay, because
all of those
it works fine.
What's that?
I said Chrome works fine. I also I've been going to Firefox more, but it's just I like Chrome better.
Well, I don't blame you.
And Internet Explorer, I was about to try Opera, but I really didn't want to throw another one in.
There's no point in Opera right now.
So if something like YouTube is still working just fine, that further...
Yeah, YouTube works fine.
There you go. It's probably Silverlight then, because
Right.
YouTube doesn't use Silverlight.
And I don't think you can't stream with Amazon the Prime. It doesn't play movies on that site usually.
That's also Silverlight. Basically, all of the big streaming sites are Silverlight because Silverlight's kind of awesome. So, but every once in a while...
Does Internet Explorer have that built in? Would that be why that doesn't seem to have an issue?
It does have... Well, it depends on which version you have. Older versions of Internet Explorer require the plug-in. Newer versions have their own sort of ActiveX version of Silverlight. So, yeah, it could work perfectly fine in Explorer.
Yeah, Silverlight's a Microsoft product, isn't it?
Most recent.
So, new Silverlight for you. I think that'll fix your problem.
Okay.
Right on.
I would have thought of that. I thank you very much, and have a great day.
Have a nice day, sir.
Bye.
Yeah. So, yeah, Silverlight is... It's amazing how many sites use Silverlight, how many different things. And it's a Microsoft product, of all things.
Which makes it even more amazing that it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like Microsoft built something cool that's useful.
I do want to say, while we're talking about Chrome again, we were talking about it during the break. For that guy who was talking about social stuff in Chrome,
right?
There's a really cool extension called Antisocial that just strips out all social features from all websites. So if you're like me and you're antisocial,
yeah,
try that out.
Yeah, you're one of the only people that I know that works in technology, specifically building websites.
Yeah,
that has zero social media anything.
Not interested in it. I use it for work, so I can't use Antisocial at work because I build websites, so I have to be able to see that stuff. But at home, lots of stuff like that.
You're so weird.
I'm just not. What's the point in?
And you're so good at being social for someone who's so antisocial.
Well, I just, I can see a picture of eggs so many times before I just don't need to see it anymore ever again.
What, eggs?
Yeah, Instagram. People are like, look at my food.
Well, just don't go to Instagram.
Look at what I did yesterday. I'm like, I don't care what you did yesterday.
So I got a new phone, the Samsung Galaxy S7.
Right.
And it's got a really awesome slow-mo mode on the camera, which is the reason I picked that one over the other phone I was looking at. But what makes me weep for humanity is it has a food mode. There's a food mode on the camera.
There's one instance where taking pictures of your food is a good idea, and that is if you're reviewing a restaurant.
Right. And I don't think there are that many food reviewers out there to require that feature to be on every phone.
Yelp would disagree with you.
Yelp disagrees
Everyone
with...
is
Everyone's
a food critic on Yelp.
Yeah, Yelp disagrees with everyone. Let's talk to John. Let's see what he has to talk about. Hey, John, how are you?
Okay, Mike. Windows 7 Pro has that XP mode.
Right.
Now, in this Windows 10, the Pro Edition has this Hyper-V setup.
Right.
Is that anything like that? XP mode is simple to use, or?
Well, they're effectively the same thing.
Is there? The way I understand it, I could install any Windows operating system.
Yeah, you could install any operating system, not just Windows, under Hyper-V.
You can?
Yep, anything you want. Now,
I use it a lot to test programs before I install it in my main part.
that's not a bad way to live your life there.
It's actually a pretty safe way to do it.
Yeah, so you're kind of sandboxed in that particular operating system. That's fine. You can continue to do that, and you can install any operating system under Hyper-V. It'll run just about anything. There's even hacks to make the Apple operating system work under Hyper-V, which is crazy. It's not easy, but you can make it happen. And it's not a bad way to deal with things. Now, for those of you who use XP mode for XP software, I'm sorry to tell you, you're out of luck. Stop it. Yeah, XP is 17 years old now, or 16 years old. Quit it. You're done. But yeah, Hyper-V will install just about anything.
It will. Okay, Jan.
Go for it, John.
Go for it, Jan.
There
Thank you now.
Alrighty. As Tara would say with her little Chrome extension, just do it.
Just do it.
I will say, though, if you must run XP, probably a sandboxed virtualized version is the safest way to do it.
Yeah,
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
People don't realize how dangerous XP is. It's just like, it is a terrible piece of software.
You're not just leaving your door unlocked at night.
Terrible.
You're opening the door and then standing outside and saying, come inside.
Big neon sign that says, come on in here and take all my stuff. Just take it. Take it. For free.
Just take it. Just do it.
Just do it. Don't make your dreams be dreams. Mm-hmm. Or let your dreams be dreams.
Yesterday you said tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's now today.
No one understands what we're talking about right now.
We should make these things they need to make it into the show
They
notes.
usually do.
Okay.
A lot of times I remember to put them in.
Okay.
A lot of times.
I'm just saying.
Like twice at least.
Oh, also, we're running a special over at Harrison, by the way, this next week. $100 virus removals. It's $50 off. You get so if you need tune-up, basically, you get $50 off of all the work that happens over at Harrison. So you can go to 64 North Harrison, drop off your machine, mention the radio special, you get a discount. What do you think of that?
Pretty good.
Can you dig it?
That reminds me, though, Howard was saying that we need to remind everyone that you have a limited time to get your free Windows 10 upgrade.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
just around the corner.
Let's do that next week. Next week, we'll talk about pushing all of those. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take this one. Let's go ahead and talk to Mark. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Mike. I'm having problems with my old Windows XP machine. And
no.
No. Anyway, I'm having. I still have the same old problem with my Outlook connector. I could never get that working on my, Microsoft Outlook.
Okay.
And so, if I upgrade to Windows 10, which I think I need to do fairly soon, after taxes, I can't mess around with anything before my taxes are done. But will that fix my Outlook connector problem?
No. But, yes and no. A little of both.
Okay.
So, you shouldn't have the Outlook connector at all anymore. Which version of Outlook do you have?
It is.
You have 2007, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Let me just pull it. Yeah, I'm sure it was.
So, when are you going to get the new Office?
Well, that's another thing. I suppose getting 360 would fix it.
Yeah, getting any version newer than 2007 will fix your problem. The Outlook connector is no longer required as of Office 2010.
Okay.
So you don't need it. So just get a new Office, and that'll fix your problem. And get your Windows 10 upgrade if you want to be able to get that for free.
Upgrade all the things.
Yeah.
When's the deadline for getting it for free?
Oh, that's coming up pretty quick. It's like the end of April.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to get my taxes done before I mess around and ruin my,
I think you're supposed to do that before the end of April anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
before the middle of April. You're supposed to get that done.
Week.
Yeah, you got next week.
Yes.
Get your taxes done. Come on now.
Right. Okay. Well, all right. Thanks for the info. I love your show.
Thanks,
and,
Mark.
Your discount is what again?
$50 off at Harrison.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a deal.
Yeah. There you are,
okay.
man.
Thanks a lot.
Talk to you later. All right. More of the Computer Guru Show coming up right after these messages.
Whether you're dealing with hardware installation or, heaven forbid, a virus,
No!
Mike Swanson is answering all your questions one by one. So call in or chat in with yours. The website, gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030 KVOY The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show.
All right, we're going to set this up for 2 weeks from now. There's a bill that has been leaked out so that everybody in the world can see it, which is beautiful because, the internet. It's the Feinstein-Burr Compliance with Court Orders Act, and it is talking about effectively banning strong encryption on all devices of all types everywhere. And so we're not going to get into it today just because it needs...
We don't have enough time.
Yeah, I will just lose my mind.
I will say, though, that maybe if they had used encryption, it wouldn't have leaked.
Maybe. So we're going to set that up for 2 weeks from now, just so we have enough time to fully get a hold of this and figure out what's going on.
I need to prepare some notes for that.
Right, and I need to find some way that I can get some sort of anti-explode pills and keep myself from losing my mind about this. But
we're gonna have to be hovering over the bleep button for that one.
You know where the button is, right? Right, Kent? Good.
Got his hand over it.
Yeah. Of all the years that this show has been on the air, like 8.5 years, it's only been used once.
And it wasn't me.
And it was a caller. And it's surprising considering how often all of us in our normal speech, like as soon as the show ends and we go out into the parking lot and have a conversation, it's like FCC violations all the way to the car. But, it's...
Well, I mean, talking to customers, and stuff like that has given me another setting for my mind that I can just kind of go into.
Stop cursing mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a conscious thing.
All right, so let's talk about USB devices, sticks. So everybody has one, at least they better.
Yeah, I got one in my pocket right now.
All right, it's the little USB memory stick. It turns out that if you just throw that on the ground, there's about half chance that somebody will pick it up and stick it in their computer.
And this is actually important to know because that's one of the easiest ways to penetrate a secure compound, as it turns out.
So if you want to hack a school network, or you want to
a hospital,
or get some ransomware on there, you just start littering the place with very inexpensive memory sticks with your code on them.
Just buy a bunch of those little 1 gig flash drives for like 20 cents or whatever they are now, and
like if you can buy them on Newegg or Amazon in bulk. You can buy like 1,000 of them for $200.
Yeah.
So, and you can just litter them all over the place. Just put whatever you want in there. And now, would you say people were trying to figure out who they belong to?
Yeah.
So
most people, not all.
That's the purported reason for them taking a memory stick that they don't recognize and putting it into a computer.
Yeah, because they just threw them on the ground or in lecture theaters, parking lots, cafes, study areas.
No, I mean, I can't knock these people too much because if I found a flash drive on the ground, I would certainly do the same thing. But I think that I would approach it maybe a little bit safer than walking it into my workplace,
right?
Trying it there.
I always have on my laptop that's in the car. There's a Linux virtual machine that's running on there, and that's my little testing ground.
I've got my Chromebook. Good luck infecting that.
Really, seriously, good luck with that. And it used to be that I have this Mac here that I could just plug stuff into there because 5 or 6 years ago I thought, well,
Macs don't get viruses.
Well, I knew they got viruses, but the likelihood of that was so low that it was not a real big deal.
And it's still that way with Linux. So
yeah, but the Mac stuff, man, there's a lot of infections out now for the Macs. Luckily, they're all fairly innocuous, right? Like the beginning times for the PC viruses where they weren't quite devastating. They were just irritating.
My favorite virus of all time, lose, that was a Mac virus.
That is a nice one. So the lose virus is you got an infection in your machine that represented itself as a game. And every time that you lost, it deleted a random file off of the computer. Not, and this is a protection that PCs have that Macs don't, is that this game could even delete operating system files. So after you played the game for a little while, the machine would no longer work. It would just start deleting everything.
And you had no choice but to play it.
Yeah.
So, lose.
It was not a good situation.
You didn't say the magic word.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's lots of infections out there for the Macs now. So be careful if you're a Mac user. Remember that
flash drive.
You are the weakest link.
Goodbye.
And well, it's true.
Yeah.
Users are the weak link. They're the ones that say, "Yeah, I'll go ahead and type my admin password in for that," even though they don't know what it is. Or I'll pick up that memory stick off the ground and just stick it in my computer.
It's an ID10T error.
My favorite is all the passwords to all the things are on a sticky note, which is on the monitor.
Or the unprotected Excel spreadsheet that's on the desktop that says super secret password document file. Don't look in here.
Certainly not passwords.xls.
I have to give, on that note, we'll have to say that Excel spreadsheets, by the way, if you are to password protect the document, not something within the document, password protect the entire document, man, those things are encrypted in a good way.
Yeah.
Holy moly. I spent 2 weeks trying to unencrypt one. And at 400,000 passwords a second, because I was utilizing GPU power. At 400,000 passwords a second, it said it would take just about a year to cycle through all of the passwords within the range that I set it to, which was 7 to 8 characters. So long passwords for the win, people. And holy moly, that's a lot of passwords per second. It was 10 trillion passwords.
Oh my gosh. That's a number I can't even fathom.
That's only if you know for sure that it's between 7 and 8 characters.
Yeah, and that's what the client told me. They're like, it's 7 or 8 digits long. And we know it has only these types of characters in it. It was even limited. If I had set it to all types of characters, it would have taken 40 years to break that password. Though. Anyway, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors once again, Perfection Auto Works. Thank you very much. And you, you the listener, are one of our best sources of income here to help us keep the show on the air. You can go to patreon.com/Guru Show, and you have the ability to donate as little as $1. If you donate $1, you have our thanks, our heartfelt thanks for helping keep this show on the air. And it's a monthly charge, not a per episode. So it's very helpful. It's basically you pay us $0.25 per episode. And that's pretty awesome. If you can donate more, we'd really appreciate it. Once again, this show is expensive. There's lots of costs involved, and we would like to, we'd like to continue providing good episodes to you. And we have plans to do more stuff, like the web version of the show, perhaps make the show longer, 2 hours if we can afford to do so. That would be very, very helpful. You can do that and help us out, just like
Desert Pro Commercial Cleaning, LLC, the best Tucson janitorial services. You can call them at 520-313-2776 or find them at TucsonDesertPro.com.
They help us out on Patreon by giving us a slightly larger than $1 monthly. And for that, they get mentioned on the show. You can too. Just go ahead and give us a call for details, 304-8300. Visit us at either of our locations at 64 North Harrison or 510 East Fort Lowell, or visit our website, azcomputerguru.com, or call the shop, 304-8300. We appreciate you listening to this week's Computer Guru Show, and we will see you next week.